You know, you've all waited till the end of the show to see Mark Ogden's Premier League Team of the Season. Mark, talk us through it.
Well, I was only asked to do this about 2 hours ago, so it's not had a lot of thought into it.
Don't try to get out of it already.
Well, you know, I know what's coming. So I think Matt Sells, Matt Sells in goals had a brilliant season for Nottingham Forest. I think whether they make the Champions League or not, I think he's been an absolute revelation this year. I'm sure Shaka's with me on that one. He's been an absolutely great goalkeeper for Forest. Right back, I might get a little bit of heat from the guys. I've gone for Jacob Murphy at Newcastle. He's not what you would class as a right back, but he's played there recently, and I can't think of another right back in the Premier League who's had a great season. I'm not picking Trent. I think Trent has had an up and down season, so I've gone for Jacob Murphy. Centre half, Virgil van Dijk, obviously, and Dean Howson. I think if Dean Howson's earned a move to Real Madrid on the back of a season at Bournemouth, he deserves to be in there. So, didn't have a great game tonight at Man City, but there you go. And another Bournemouth player at left back in Milos Kerkez, who again has had a great season. Midfield fairly easy. Ryan Gravenberch at Liverpool, Alexis McAllister, Declan Rice. I'll mention my two forwards first, Mo Salah and Alexander Isak, with Bruno Fernandes just behind them. So you can all have a go with Bruno Fernandes, but considering the players he's had to play with at Man United,
come on.
Come on, what, Frank?
Come on, Mark. We can see that you hate Aston Villa and Chelsea altogether because you didn't name any player of those two teams.
Chelsea?
And Bruno Fernandes ended up finishing 16th in the league. And I don't see Cole Palmer. Yeah, he didn't have a great season, but comparing to the result that Bruno Fernandes had with Manchester United, I would have been pleased to see Cole Palmer in that team, but whatever. I think it's quite fair what you said and what you put down. But the villains and the Blues hate you back.
Bruno Fernandes.
Whatever.
Bruno Fernandes has definitely been one of the few bright spots for Manchester United this season.
Yeah, but to Frank's point, in a team that finished just outside the relegation places, and I'm not sure that warrants, especially as an attacking player, I'm not sure that warrants being in the team of the season. I'm not sure that picking a right winger as your right back warrants being. Really, don't get me wrong. Jacob Murphy has been absolutely outstanding. One of the unsung heroes of Newcastle's season, no question. But he's not a right back. That's like picking. That's like.
Who do you pick?
Who do Munoz?
Daniel Munoz.
I would pick. I would certainly have Trent Alexander-Arnold. Despite what you say about him,
Aston Villa, cash.
What I'll start by, I'll pick a right back. I'd pick a right back. I'd have Caicedo in there as well. I think Caicedo deserves. Maybe for McAllister.
You want to defend the pick of Bruno? Mark?
Yeah, listen, I take the guy's spot. I think Cole Palmer had a great 2024, but I think he's had a dip in this calendar year, so I don't think he gets in. Look, I think the thing with Bruno is, and to be fair, Shaka, Scott Parker was the Football of the Year one year when West Ham were relegated. You might have been there at the time. I think there are players.
I've never been relegated.
We said, Mark, we said no tackles from behind. Mark, please be nice.
I was relegated.
Yeah. So basically, you can have a good season if you're in a bad team. And Bruno Fernandes, had it not been for Bruno Fernandes, Man United could have been relegated. I mean, let's say how bad it has been. He has been there.
That's true.
Steven Gerrard there, the Roy Keane, there, Brian Robson. He has carried Man United away from a very, very bad place to a bad place. And he might actually cap it on Wednesday by winning the Europa League.
That sounds like a nice time with Frank. I'll take it from a very bad place to a bad place.
Yeah. In a season of adversity, he's had a good season.
Yeah, but it's all right because he's going to have cash. He's even told us in this.
Boy.
Yeah, player of the season, Frank, he's gone for Salah.
I would say no, because Salah had like 3 months where we were wondering, I would say February, March, even if it's fair that he has been a good player and he can deserve that, but I think they are, and I didn't look for it, and I don't know what other names I could name, but there are players who have been absolutely fantastic all season long, have been more consistent than Mo Salah, but I'm fine with that. I mean, he's champion with Liverpool. He's been a key factor for the team, so I'm fine. But I don't think he had a complete season, or a successful complete season.
Can't believe the defender didn't go for Van Dijk.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's Salah. Salah's
No.
Well,
No, Van Dijk, no.
The interesting thing with it being Salah, as Mark said, is Mark, we actually did our homework, and on the website, when we asked our ESPN journalists who their player of the year was, you picked Bruno Fernandes.
I did, yeah, but I was stitched up by the website because the criteria was who's been the player of the year. It didn't specify Premier League, and then when it was published, it said Premier League player of the year. And obviously, it's not the Premier League player of the year because Man United are 16th. But overall, in all competitions across the board, I picked Bruno Fernandes because I explained he's carried a team away from a horrendous outcome this season. So that's why I picked Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, me and myself, Mark. So you've factored in a 16th place finish in the league and the Europa League final. That's
It's not been a great season, Shaq. It's been a bad season all round.
Bruno Fernandes, Ballon d'Or, Frank?
Yes, of course, Ballon d'Or, European football player. I mean, everything. But I think Mark has to tell us that who deep inside is supporting. Mark, tell us that you love Manchester United.
They're a hard team to love, Frank. They're a hard team to love, I've got to say.
No, Jurrien Timber. Did he factor into your thoughts, Mark?
No, but I go with Munoz. I think Daniel Munoz. Munoz would have been a good shout. But listen, like I said, I was asked 2 hours ago, so give me a bit of a break.
He's in your power rankings hot seat today,
Yeah, he
Mark.
absolutely
Oh, it's a warm seat. I'm telling you, I've used it.
Yeah, it's not a nice place to be, is it?
Oh, it's so good to see somebody else in it.